Just 2 hours west of Amarillo, you'll find some of the coolest aircraft you'll ever see and world-class trained men and women at Cannon Air Force Base in Clovis. And the man overseeing all of this, blazing a trail of his own as well as for future commanders. We catch up with Colonel Terrence Taylor as we honor Black history here on the High Plains. Cannon Air Force Base is the home of the 27th Special Operations Wing. Here, you'll find some of the most advanced airmen, aircraft, and equipment on the planet, as well as the Melrose Air Force Range, a 70,000-acre training area for air, small arms, and electronic combat, all for one mission: to fly, fight, and win. A crucial part of our national defense. And the man responsible for it all,
I couldn't be more proud of our crews and the work that they have done.
Colonel Terrence Glenn Taylor, the first Black wing commander in the 33-year history of AFSOC.
As the commander, really that translates as number one servant, right? I need to be able to provide for all of these airmen and their families. So that's job number one for me.
Born and raised in Warsaw, Virginia, coming to a small town like Clovis was no problem for the colonel.
I grew up with 48 other people in my kindergarten class, and those same 48 or so graduated with me in 12th grade.
With a father, sister, and brother who served in the Army, service and leadership came naturally to Colonel Taylor. He just chose a different path.
I was a young kid in the 80s. And during that time, there was a lot of talk about space exploration and space travel and those kinds of things. And you could watch the shuttle launches on, on the 3 major channels back then. So that certainly influenced me, and I still remember vividly the Challenger explosion.
Whether it was the stars or the skies, he knew he was reaching for new heights.
And it was the era of Top Gun, the first one. So those types of things excited me. And I knew that I had an interest in flight and technology and maybe even space exploration. For a while there, I thought about trying to be an astronaut.
Ultimately, he decided on the Air Force. In his 25-year military career, Colonel Taylor's done everything from being a command pilot to serving in the State Department's Counterterrorism Bureau, the Special Operations Command in the FBI, to being a father and a husband.
I look back on it and thinking about the opportunities that this force, this career, this life has given me. It's been great. I couldn't have asked for anything better, but there's no way that I could have predicted it or anticipated it at all.
When he joined the Air Force in 1997, Colonel Taylor says he anticipated living the military life as he saw his siblings do it. But then, the day that changed the world forever.
You are seeing the result of 2 planes crashing into both towers.
And I was in my first assignment as a co-pilot there at Hurlburt Field, and that event, as it did for many, it defined so much of what was to come for me.
Through the heights of all of his accolades and awards, he realizes the significance of the path he's walking.
It's not lost on me that, as a minority, as an African American, this is a bit of a trailblazing, and it is a first. From time to time, I'll get a young airman come up to me and just say, sir, it's good to see you in this position. And the power of statements like that and the reminder that provides, again, I use the word humbling, but it truly is. And when you can see somebody that you can relate to, whether it's either through ethnic background or gender or upbringing or any of these things, you subconsciously knock down those barriers.
And it's a message that's more than skin deep. And Colonel Taylor's assignment at Cannon is winding down as he'll be heading out on a new assignment this summer. He says one of the most exciting things is taking different strategies and approaches from a variety of experiences and forming comprehensive solutions. You can find more stories that honor Black history like Colonel Taylor's stories. You know where to go, myhighplains.com.